Hello, EndoFit 365. How are you guys doing? I am a little bit, last day of smoking. Just had a lot of stress going on. And, I had internal problems with my valves, but I don't need to let you guys know about too much. But, anyways, I'm going to make this short, letting you guys know that these supplements are probably, in my opinion, I'm not gonna take them anymore. Not unless I have a reason to. I have a whole story about it on my channel. Go ahead and give a quick look if you guys do see this. And please hit the like, subscribe, and hit the bell. So, anyways, guys, till next time, peace. Okay, so hey guys, I don't know if you can see me. Hopefully you can. Let me get this at a better angle for you guys. Um, I'm trying to see what I can prop this up with. Oh, she did say I could have that, so it is. All right. Anyways, back to the video. I am currently going through a process in my life where I guess it's midlife crisis. 34 years old, shaved off my head, shaved my hair off. That's what I mean. And I'm going back to the gym trying to get my body back in shape. Um, just decided to get back into the better ways of living, instead of doing drugs. It's been a process. I've learned a lot. Let's see. The first few things that I've learned is that, instead of smoking, you should work out if you're trying to build your testosterone. And also your mental cognitive cognition. So, anyways, the reason why is because it messes with your body internal structure as well as your mental. There's a specific word for it. Sorry, as you guys can see, I've smoked a little. I'm really under the weather right now, but yeah. I have a few things that I'm going back to. So one of the few things is I used to be really ripped. I used to have a lot of muscles, and that was back in high school. High school years, I used to have an 8 pack, and I miss those days because not because of the girls or the drugs or anything that was going on. Because I was around that stuff too, but you know um, more or less, I am talking about like the internal struggle, within yourself. So, trying to get to a position in life where you're comfortable. So instead of struggling every single day, you're basically living what you have accomplished for yourself instead of going out to maybe cause ruckus or there's so many things that could happen, but instead of going out to go do those things, what are you going to do for yourself? So that's basically what I'm trying to say is I'm going back to a lot of few. I say a few, but there's honestly a lot of stuff, but um, just really, really hard to word these things because I'm thinking within my mind of the correct words to use, and it's just really hard to explain. But anyways, um, going back to college, getting my degree, and also doing exercise science now. So hopefully it works out. I'm actually gonna go get a trade first, and as an electrician, and as a physical trainer. Hopefully as a correctional officer first. But if I need to, electrician, something that I can rely on, and then probably go back to school and get my exercise science degree. I'd like to get a PhD in several fields, but it all depends, and I am currently studying for the PERT test as well. I haven't taken my PERT test yet. If you guys do know what the PERT is, it is the entrance exam for the community colleges. I don't know why it's called PERT, but anyways, gotta study, really serious about this stuff. So, one of the few things that I'm going back to is Michael Thurman's way of bodybuilding, because that's where it started off at. The reason why I was so shredded, was because of Michael Thurman. Like, I wasn't the most shredded guy, but I was down to 10% body fat, with an 8-pack ab. So, like, I think, in my opinion, I was shredded, but it doesn't really matter what I say. Was I natural? Yes. You wanna come up? Hi. See, she's my kitty. Was I natural? Yes, I was natural. Um, the way that he did bodybuilding was very different, and I feel like there's a lot of things that I want to do that has to do with actual nutrition. And, it's very sad because when you first start off, the routine that he has is very strict, very, very strict. But after a while, it gets easy, and then your mind just starts wandering, like, oh, well, if this is made out of corn, what else can I have? If you're like me, and then instead of eating like, oh, well, this is rice cake, what other flavors can I have? But love you too, kitty. But anyways, it's all about the nutrition side. So, there are supplements out there that are good for you guys, and there are supplements out there that I feel like just it shouldn't even exist. Like, honestly, I don't have any of them, thank God, because I read all the labels that I have. They're actually pretty useful, very good nutrition, but the part that I'm getting to is the natural creatine that you get from eating tuna or chicken, as a tuna shake or chicken shake, instead of just using whey protein, because when you're trying to cut back into bodybuilder stage, or level where you're at 5% body fat, 8% body fat, the creatine will help cut the weight as well as the fat, and then also the fat will help cut the fat. So you will basically have a very, very shredded body. Now, there are a few things here that I want to show you guys. So, kitty, I love you, baby. I gotta go, okay? Come on. Come on, kitty. Come on. I gotta show them. Please. Please. Kitty. Kitty. She doesn't want to leave me alone. I have no idea why. Kitty, come on. Okay, you wanna come on the table? Come on. I love you. What's wrong? I have no idea. Oh. Hey, is your eye okay? Is it the light? What's going on? Oh yeah, you're okay. Good girl. Hey, come on. Come on, good girl. Sorry. So, there is. Sorry about that, guys. She loves me so much. I love her too. So, there's this whey protein, right? Equate. It's amazing, guys, if you know what you're looking for. So, on the back, it says it's 120 calories. And then there's protein blend, whey, protein isolate, whey protein concentrate, natural flavors, sunflower lecithin, salt, carrageenan, sucralose, aspartame, potassium. Now, a lot of the stuff sound really bad for you. However, if you know what you're looking for, because to tell you guys the honest truth, I haven't really been using this one. Like, I only use this one when I really need to. So, the good thing about that one is the fat is 1.5 grams. The sodium is 130 milligrams. The protein is at 24 grams. And the carbohydrates are at 1%, which means it's 3 grams. Um, there really isn't anything bad about it. The potassium is great, the calcium is great. There's iron in there, 4 milligrams. It's just, you don't need stuff like that, especially when you're trying to get shredded, you know. Now this is great too because this is muscle milk. Muscle milk, the good thing about it is there's multidextrin. That doesn't usually come in most protein powders or companies that do have them. You usually have to buy a separate container. Um, there's caseinate in here, which is great. So overnight, if you are someone who is not afraid of carbs in your diet because of the exercise routine that you guys do, and also the protein in here is great as well. It's 32 grams, sorry. So with this, it is very, very, very useful if you use it in the right way. Um, Total fat is 8 grams. It's not that great, especially since there are other healthier fats out there. That's what I'm going to get to right now. And that's 2 scoops for the uh, percentages that are at the um, nutrition chart right here. So, vitamins A, C, and D. This is great, like I said, if you need the carbs. If you need something that has casein in it from protein synthesis overnight. So there are a lot of good things about supplements if you use them correctly. If you do not use them correctly, you will run into so much more problems, guys. And what I'm trying to tell you is instead of using, these supplements where it costs like $30, $40, $50 sometimes, instead of doing that, eat some food, you know? Instead of taking a whey protein right afterwards, eat some tuna. And the reason why is because it has 5 grams of creatine. Creatine is going to help you get shredded. Whey protein is not going to get you shredded. Not if you use it in the wrong way. Sorry, I I've learned the hard way myself. Whey protein does not help. If you don't use it the right way, it can be very devastating. Usually by now, because of the actual food that I was trying to tell you guys about, after working out, you would have seen a lot more results. However, for the fact that I do not have much results now, I don't want to keep you guys for too long. It's 14:49, 14:50. I'm probably going to keep you guys for another at most 5 minutes, just to do a little outro and stuff like that. So I do have some chicken right here, guys, and this itself is going to be amazing after you work out. So, go ahead and make yourself a chicken shake. Sorry, guys, I did not do anything that was weird. I'm sitting, I'm sitting at this table right here. But anyways, if you guys do have it's a blender, go ahead and make yourself a chicken shake. Just make sure the chicken is cooked through all the way, and you will have more results than you will ever find with just whey protein alone. I'm not saying whey protein is bad for you. If you don't know how to use it, it can be bad for you. But if you do know what you're doing nutrition wise, usually the food will be able to suffice enough. And that is depending on your goals, though. Sometimes you might need a little bit more protein, and that's where whey protein might come in, And instead of doing it just food, sometimes, let's say you have a 6 ounce chicken already. Well, you might be tired by the time you finish the 6 ounce chicken. But you still need at least 25 more grams of protein. Some people, for ectomorphs, it might be something like that. But, what do? So instead, you use a whey protein and supplement your macronutrition goals. So, in that case, I would say yes. You know, it's very helpful, especially if there are people out there that are following the only one meal a day, or if it fits your macros or something like that. Usually on a very strict plan. I don't see why someone would eat 6 ounces and then still need more protein, especially in one meal. But it depends, because there are people who weigh different weights, and depending on your weight, you might need more macros, and more calories. So as long as you're following your nutrition goals, I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to make the changes that you want to see. Now, I did try out some of these great ones. I have a Vega right here. I have a My Protein right here. I have a Levels right here. But yes, if you do try to stick more to food instead of these supplements, I guarantee you by the 6 week mark, if you do not see any changes, you might need some protein, but usually people will see a big change. And the reason why is because, people like Michael Thurman, people like Rich Piana, they weren't kidding when they said all you need is food. Food is the best thing you can do for your body, honestly, to tell you the truth. You don't need some like fad diet, or this pill, or if you know what you're doing with food, you are gonna go far. And there might be people with medical conditions, where you're not able to eat so much, or you're not able to eat certain things, but you know it sucks, but you gotta find your own ways of doing things, so that way you're able to get the gains that you want. Now, instead of having the mindset like, oh, well, now I'm gluten free, that means I can't eat good bread anymore. Did you know that gluten free means that you can also eat sourdough? Did you know that gluten free means that you can also eat rye? It all depends on your sensitivity. I have Crohn's disease, guys. I have Crohn's disease. It's not severe, but yes, I have to follow a strict gluten-free diet sometimes. But yes, I am able to eat the sourdough and the rye breads and be fine. You know, instead of, I also am dairy, lactose intolerant, so I have to have lactose free, sugar free, because I'm pre-diabetic. But, it all depends. Like I said, food is probably one of the best things that you can do for yourself if you're trying to get to the position that you want to be in the fitness world. Come follow me on my journey, and I'll show you guys a little bit of what I'm talking about. But, anyways, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, and hit the bells. Tell you guys get the next video. I will see you next time. Cheers. Okay, so first day weaning myself off of supplements. I have to be honest with you guys. I wasn't going to waste my supplements, just letting you know. I'm not going to be using the tons of proteins, but I did finish a protein bar today as a meal replacement. I am trying to get better with that as well, so that way I don't try and, cheat again. But I wasn't going to throw away my supplements. I finished off my protein bars and everything like that, so there will be no more. Right here in this pot, I have cooking some chicken. And I used a little bit of garlic salt on it. Good for the electrolytes, the sodium, but as the seasoning itself, it probably should be had after workout, but I'm trying to experiment with different things right now, see what works, see what doesn't work. But the protein should help with the workout. I'm eating oats for my pre-workout. Just got myself a bowl of oats. Again, guys, I did use a supplement, so there is a little bit of whey protein in here, but again, no more. I'm trying actively to look and search for better results, and part of that means that I'm going to be using these supplements later on after I do this experiment where I'm using real food, but later on I'll be using it for more scientific reasons, and also to build muscles. So am I quitting supplements forever? No. It just doesn't follow along with the things that I'm trying to show you guys right now on this series. So after this series, maybe I might go back to supplementation. But while I'm doing this series with you guys, I'd like to keep it as clean as possible, let you guys know the truth. So this is probably the last time I'm going to be using whey protein. I'm going to be using a tuna can after I work out today, so that way I can show you guys the effects and everything and go over the science of what it actually does for people who are endomeso as well. So make sure to